Welcome to Story World. Please comment where you're watching from and subscribe to this channel as well. Dive into this story. In the days when animals still spoke to one another as friends, there lived a clever tortoise who was known throughout the forest for his cunning mind. Though he was small and slow, he could outwit the strongest and fastest creatures with nothing but his sharp intelligence. One dry season, when the streams had shrunk to muddy puddles and food was scarce, Tortoise discovered a grove of wild mangoes hidden deep in the forest. The trees were heavy with ripe, golden fruit, and Tortoise's mouth watered at the sight. But there was one problem. Leopard had claimed this part of the forest as his territory, and he guarded it jealously. "No one eats here without my permission," Leopard would snarl, his spotted coat gleaming as he prowled beneath the mango trees. Tortoise knew he could not fight Leopard, nor could he outrun him. But he could outsmart him. So he devised a plan. The next morning, Tortoise made his way slowly to the mango grove, singing loudly as he went. When Leopard heard the song, he sprang from his resting place, teeth bared. "Tortoise, what are you doing in my territory?" Leopard roared. Tortoise bowed respectfully. "Great Leopard, I come with wonderful news. The king of the forest has declared a competition, and he wishes for you to participate." Leopard's ears perked up. He loved competitions, especially ones he could win. "What kind of competition?" "A beauty contest," Tortoise replied smoothly. "The king wants to know who has the most magnificent spots in all the land. Naturally, I told him that you, noble Leopard, would surely win." Leopard preened, running his paw over his beautiful spotted coat. "Well, of course I would win. My spots are perfect, round, evenly spaced, and striking to behold." "Indeed they are," Tortoise agreed. "But the king has one requirement. To make your spots even more beautiful for the judging, you must polish them with river mud and let them dry in the sun. All the contestants are doing it." Leopard frowned. "Mud? On my beautiful coat?" "Oh yes," Tortoise said earnestly. "The mud brings out the depth and richness of the spots. Haven't you noticed how dull they look in this dry season? A good mud treatment will make them shine like never before." Leopard looked down at his coat with concern. Perhaps his spots did look a bit dull. And if there was a competition, he certainly wanted to win. "Very well," Leopard said. "Where must I go for this mud treatment?" "To the great river, 3 hills away," Tortoise said. "Cover yourself completely in the thickest mud you can find, then lie in the sun until it dries hard. The king will send for you when it's time to judge." Excited and vain, Leopard bounded off toward the distant river, leaving his territory unguarded. As soon as Leopard disappeared over the first hill, Tortoise chuckled to himself and made his way to the mango grove. He ate his fill of the sweet fruit, stuffing himself until his shell felt tight. Then he gathered as many mangoes as he could carry and made his way home, moving as quickly as his short legs would allow. Meanwhile, Leopard reached the river and rolled himself in the mud until he was completely covered. He found a sunny spot and lay down to let the mud dry, dreaming of the prize he would surely win. Hours passed. The sun beat down, and the mud dried hard as stone on Leopard's coat. It became uncomfortable, then painful. The mud cracked and pulled at his fur. When Leopard tried to move, the dried mud made his skin itch terribly. He tried to scratch it off, but it was too hard. He rolled on the ground, but that only made it worse. Finally, he had to return to the river and soak in the water for hours to soften the mud enough to wash it away. By the time Leopard made it back to his territory, his beautiful coat was bedraggled and his spots looked duller than ever. Worse still, he found mango pits scattered beneath the trees, evidence of Tortoise's feast. Leopard roared with rage, realizing he had been tricked. He searched everywhere for Tortoise, swearing revenge, but the clever creature was safely hidden in his shell beneath a pile of leaves, his belly full of mangoes and a satisfied smile on his face. From that day on, Leopard never trusted Tortoise again. And Tortoise? Well, he simply reminded himself that in the forest, a quick mind is worth more than sharp claws. And that is how Tortoise tricked the leopard. Subscribe to this channel if you want to see us again.